Hi.
Hi.
You're just raining all these compliments at me. I don't know what to do. I can't hold them all.
What can you say? It's gonna spill over into all the love and absolute insanity that we're gonna see in the next set between Zelos and the Lost Boys.
Yeah, like we were saying last match, it's pretty much an open book for all of these teams, and by open book I mean it's like completely
really
blank, right? They get to decide what the words are right here, right now, and how that story goes. I believe we're gonna be getting into here sooner rather than later.
I
Hopefully.
believe so. Yeah, we're just about ready at any time to get this started. Oh, and it looks like we will be starting now. Yeah, I mean, the best way to compare it, I think, is right now, if you are a fan of very early tournament teams or teams in tournaments, kind of in the beginning and working their way up, it's like seeing your favorite celebrity or your favorite musician or rock star or anyone get their start here now. You know, your Post Malones and your Avril Lavigne's all started somewhere. And
Sure.
teams like these are starting somewhere here today. So we will be going to Haven. I think we have started. Again, what kind of agent pool do you think we'll be seeing here?
Well, if we don't see a Jet on both teams, I'll be shocked, right?
Really?
Well, yeah, I mean, Jet was good on this map before Jet was considered good, right? You know, the ability to play not only the verticality on all three sites, but also just the A long and C long. You can dash out of that, hold it so effectively with an operator. And if you're good enough, you can even post yourself up on top of the box in B and hold down window, right? So Opping, Jet, definitely expect to see that. Beyond that, Haven has been pretty experimental, at least very recently, at the pro level, right? So especially when we get down, you know, we talk about a lot of these community tournaments. A lot of these teams are playing to the beat of their own drum, if you will. So beyond almost being certain that we're going to see some Jets opping, it's a little bit hard to say for sure what compositions we're going to see. I mean, even this weekend, right? C9 on Haven ran a 3 duelist comp where they were like, you know what? We don't need the sites on defense. You guys take those. We'll retake. Don't worry about it.
And there you go. We do have one Jet. It's going to be on Lost Boys' side, I believe. Yes, it's going to be our boy Dane. Dane the man, Dane himself. Going to be rocking that Jet. But on the other side, we do see Zelos with a very interesting setup as well. Definitely not a crazy setup, nothing out of the ordinary. I do like the double Cypher play, but again, no Killjoy. Not sure if she's banned or not, but we do see the double duelist output from both sides. And the Omen, of course.
These are very nearly mirror comps. Sova and Jet for one team, and then Sage and I believe Raze for the other. Yeah, so Raze on this map is an interesting pick to me because there's only a few places where Raze is super effective with her utility. Now, you are going to be starting on the attack, so Raze can always clear out a site pretty well with those, although Connor's going to get that first pick down long. Good work from him, and it means that the attacking team is just going to have to play this a little bit slower, look for a pick elsewhere, like that.
Yeah, absolutely. CEOs, I think that's how you say his name, getting that engagement onto the garage wall. Really important to see. And you did mention before how it's a little tough to use Raze's utility on Haven. And I am opting to agree with you there. I do think her Boombot is really good for those opening engagements for intel, but even in the post plants. But speaking of close to those post plants, we are seeing quite a bit of engagement on C site right now. Spike going to be in its lonesome on C long, but here we go. The shot heard around the world, trying to get away with the spike going down. But Dane, the man Dane, the Dane himself, getting a 3K there, and Memphis is homie, finishing off, taking down the enemy Cypher. Really nice overall. I do like how the opening engagement went to A site for Zelos' side, but then just kind of rotating around completely and going to C, seeing if that would work. Well, pun intended, if that would work. Neither side really worked out. I think overall, Lost Boys had a great defensive rotate around.
Yeah, no, I was going to bring that rotate up. Great read from Lost Boys when it came to that pick and garage, right? And the commit onto C was maybe a bit ill-advised there for Zelos, considering that a lot of their team was still across the map, right? If you want to get a pick and then commit to the site you get a pick on immediately, generally you want your team to be much closer rather than further, right? So I personally would have liked to have seen Zelos kind of play with the map a little bit more in that round after that pick, because they weren't able to just blitz onto the site. This time around, it's just going to be that full rush down through A. Ooh, and that owl drone going long instead of sewer.
Oh boy.
That could be devastating, as we already have players leaving A, going elsewhere on the map as they're not sure where Zelos are.
Wow, playing Metal Gear Solid right now. Zelos able to spring into action on the A site. We're taking down Memphis' homie, but the clapback with the Spectre on Connor, taking down Cade. But Quentin Tarantino himself waiting around the corner to help even out the odds just a little bit more. You lost your Omen, but the spike going down onto A is a perfect place to do so. And now the retake game is in effect on Lost Boys' side. They're all stuck between heaven and this A-Link area. Seo's finding Jelly. A 2v4. This is not the play you want to be in right now if you're on the defending side. The Jet taking a buttload of damage inside this link area, surrounded by the enemies, not able to really engage further. The pre-fires go down. Tarantino himself finding Dane the man Dane, and now you're down to just the potato. The potato does fry one egg, taking down Word, but is it going to be enough? No, he's not going to be a full breakfast today. Quentin Tarantino himself taking down Potato, and it's going to even out the odds 1-1. That is exactly what you want to see when you attack on Haven.
Those are the kind of explosive takes onto a site I like to see, right? You had the two smokes, one going up into heaven, one going CT, so Zelos, they could just clear the site without too much worry, and they all go out together and get those trades, right? And once they take out the two players on that A site, they pick up the guns. Then it's 2 real guns and a bunch of pistols versus well, it wasn't even real guns, it was Spectres, right? So even easier to trade those out. Now we're going to be on eco for the defense. This has flopped this match on its head, and a great pick there from Cade to start off the round. Already forces so many rotates from Los Boys on the defense. These are really early, and Zelos, they're not going to commit this time. They're going elsewhere.
Yeah, we are seeing a much slower round this time around. Really interesting to see that Jet push on through the Omen shadows and die. But with a minute left now, we are seeing that engagement going onto B site. The rotates are going around, but it's not going to last too much longer. Seos finds Memphis once again, and that's going to be the spike plan on its way down onto B. The retake game in full effect for the defenders once again, kind of just funneling themselves through B.
Phoenix and Garage.
And that is not the, Phoenix and Garage, that is not the position you want to be in. And Quentin getting the double kill from the flank. It's down to just shoving them away, pushing them off like a kid on a seesaw. Tarantino again getting 3 triple kills, 2 rounds in a row. This extremely aggressive take for 2 rounds now on Zelos' side. That is exactly what you want to see, and it's been working out perfectly. But here's my question, Paul. Their aggression on Lost Boys' side has been kind of misplaced. I wonder if they're going to keep doing that.
Sure, and it was eco, right? So you can't fault the Jet too much. But generally, if you're going to push up that aggressively, you want somebody there to cover, somebody there to trade. If you trade 1 for 1 there, that's perfectly fine, right? Whereas trading the 1 for 0, still detrimental, even if it is just that eco round. It's going to be full guns now, though. Everybody has a rifle this time around. So nothing too aggressive, nothing too spicy from the defense. Lost Boys, they're playing this default setup, but that pick in the garage... Already the Dane man going down. That gives a lot of mid control over to Zelos. And ooh, how's this play in garage going to work out? That Omen has crept up, but is he going to swing?
He is going to swing, but swung too hard. Seo's not getting paranoid. It's going to allow that opening engagement, or at least another engagement going down onto him. The grenades from Seo's, however, going to be the man in charge for B-Side, getting that bomb plant down, and that is going to be a very bad position for these defenders once again. Though, the jetpack from above gonna be taking Seos down, unfortunately. Quentin able to find Jelly. It's Memphis versus the world right now. Word does take down Memphis, however. It's not gonna last forever, and that's gonna be, again, 3 rounds in a row now on Zelos' side. They're just not able to play the retake game at all. So
yeah,
far,
I'd like to see Lost Boys just like take a breather, right? One of the things I was talking about with Haven earlier is that it is the more attacker-sided map out of all 4 maps we have in Valorant right now. The most heavily attack-leaning, because you have 3 sites, right? It's almost a guarantee that a lot of these rounds, you're going to be giving up a site somewhere. Not the A site specifically, but one of these sites somewhere, right? So I'd like to see them give a little bit more space, use some of that utility to stall the defenders, or not the defenders, to stall the attackers, and then go for like a full 5-man retake. Whereas right now, it seems like Lost Boys are just getting picked across the map.
That's true. I believe every single, at least round that Zelos wins, the opening pick goes in their favor as well. We're seeing, well, in that instance, I suppose not a whole lot of aggressive plays. They just got out-opt on C. But even then, we are just seeing Zelos able to hold on to their speed just super well. And again, Zelos getting another one. Same exact positioning, not moving at all, able to find Connor as well. And the Jet almost falling for the same trick again, to be hiding behind that green box. Does not want to get off themselves. But here we are once again on B. Quinton finds Memphis once more in the retake game in full effect once again, but not even having the spike go down. Flawless win. Quinton with yet again another 3K to secure the round. That's going to be 9 kills at the very least for him so far.
Yeah, the dry peek into the op there on C Long. Not advised. Especially when you're a Sova, you can throw out the Owl Drone, you can throw down a Recon Dart. Recon Dart was probably on cooldown or something, but you generally, if there was an operator at some point, next time anybody goes to that angle, you want to use some kind of utility to retake that space. So now it's a 4-1 lead here for Zelos on their attack. They are doing a phenomenal job thus far. One op down C Long though. And this is what I was talking about with the Jet, right? And I mean, the op's gonna go on the floor too. It's gonna get picked up here. Dane man, ooh.
Dan Man, the man with the plan, able to find that Omen as well. It's going to be putting his Zelos in a bit of a backseat approach right now by having 2 players less. Now, their top fragger is going to be gone along with their main Sentinel as well. It's going to be down to 3 of pretty much each role. This is a skeleton crew for Zelos right now, engaging onto A. They've had a lot of luck with C and B so far, but the last time we had seen A was them winning their very first round. It did work successfully, but utility has been expedited, I suppose, on both sides. Only one on B side. The Sova backs off just in time for them to sneak on by to the site. This is exactly what you want to see. And now, again, putting themselves in a retake position. The spike goes down onto A, and now all of Lost Boys need to funnel their way up from the top.
Yeah.
And the positions have been held for the attackers.
It is actually a 5v3 retake, though, this time, right? So this is a favorable position, in theory, for Lost Boys. There's a long flank happening by this Omen right now. He needs to hurry up if he's going to help his team out. They might not need his help, though. They're going to get onto the site, and as long as they can flush out this Phoenix playing over in the cubby, they should be able to do this.
Word, though, finds Connor. Word finds 2, and that's going to be Dane, the man with the plan, finding Word as well. But no! The attempted retake from Quinton, once again getting the double kill at the very end. White Plant is going down, but can the Potato do it? No! Another 3K coming out from Quinton. That's going to be his new nickname, 3K, because he has been able to do that just about every single round so far. He held his angle so well, the flame walls went up, not able to have that vision onto him. He played that, I would say, just about as perfect as you can get in a 5v3 retake.
Yeah, the hot hands there, getting some pretty hot feet over to Memphis, who was stuck on that spike. What good swinging there from Quinton. And I mean, look at the man's KD right now, 14-2. I don't like talking about KDs so much as a caster, but I mean, 14-2, you gotta at least bring it up, man. That is dominant if there ever was some. He's got the run it back ready too. He can just blitz wherever he feels like, assisted by the rest of his team.
Interesting. Now inside of Garage, we do have 2, the Jet and the Sova, just waiting outside to see who's going to engage first. Previously, we did see the Omen use his paranoia and swing out and get murdered pretty much quickly, but no, it's going to be Cade this time through the door, taking out Jelly, but the Jet, however, not aggressing at all. Seos does find the grenade as well, and it's going to be the engagement on the B once more. They'll run it back, not in play just yet. It's going to be the blind into it. He's using all of his utility to just play as aggressive as possible. But the Jet now in a really peculiar spot, taking the flank from behind. Dane, though, finds 2, but goes down. Cade, able to secure that kill. It's going to be the Sova, the last one alive this time around, making his way onto the site, but no, not able to play quick draw McGraw. This Cowboy is going to put up his spurs today. Quinton able to find that final kill 2 rounds in a row now, allowing Zelos to gain such a huge lead over their opponent.
And Zelos have really just read the fact that Lost Boys are not executing these B retakes very effectively, right? They're checking all their boxes. They don't even have to get control of Garage, right? That one pick through the box in Garage, right? Just clearing that to be safe from Cade there. He'll get Jelly. And then even though Daneman is ready to peek out Garage, even though Daneman gets 2 on that swing, it's too little too late. You don't have enough control. The execute doesn't come at the same time. So well done thus far from Zelos. And they're keeping Lost Boys on their toes too, moving these executes around all the time. And that's the quintessential Cypher. That's how you know this Cypher has done his homework. Because this is how you move on to a take. Camera in sewer and the cyber cage to make it so that you can actually move up into A long. Now they run it back straight onto site. This ain't gonna go well for Lost Boys.
Oh, it's gonna be a rough engagement. Quinton with that run it back, getting a double kill onto A-Link. That's gonna shut down the retake that Lost Boys have put themselves every single round so far. The updraft coming out from Daneman, not able to find anything, is gonna put the majority of the defenders once again in a very, very awkward spot. Paranoia does go down, but is it gonna be executed through? No follow-up in play. The defenders once again just kind of funneled on through into only 2 different ways of engaging. But that's not going to stop Dane. However, he's going to be on Heaven, but going to get pushed out through the grenades. And look at all this vision denial for the defenders. There's no way they can push this, but they still try. Quinton with the 3K once again. The potato finds him, and Patch retaliates. But Daneman, the last one alive with knives in hand, not able to find any knives going through the skulls of Patch. It's going to be him instead, tearing through Jet's body with bullets, and a 6-round differentials now in play. Keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, this is a best of 1. There's no adapting onto a new map. There's no bad maps you can play. This is it.
Yeah, a rough start here for Lost Boys, but let's keep in mind it is attacker-sided, and considering that these retakes haven't been going that well on the defense for Lost Boys, I mean, it's hard to say that their site takes were gonna go well when we actually get to their attacking round. A few more rounds, see if they can clean up at least some rounds here at the very end. There's no op this time down C long, right? And that's where a lot of these picks have come on the defense. And look how clinical these takes are, man. Every corner's being checked, utility to gain space. It's just so well done right now by Zelos.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a tough position for Lost to be in right now because, again, these clinical takes coming out from Zelos' side, they're just well executed. They know exactly before the round even starts what they want to do. And if it doesn't work out, they have a backup plan too, it seems. But they really do favor this B push. K does find Memphis, and that Cypher's going to be going down. Seaside is pretty much clear for the tanking, but we do have the Phoenix and Jet playing in the back. K does find Zip Potato, but Dane and Jelly able to secure the kills onto the top fraggers of Zelos' side. The op does take down the run it back, but is it going to be enough? It's a tough position for Seos right now. He does have the showstopper, but is it worth using now? 30 seconds left into the round. He's got to make a decision whether or not he wants to go for the plant or... Oh, but A-Link, a rough position to be in. Daneman finds word, but the showstopper not able to connect, and the quick scope not able to either. It's a 2v1 now. It's a position Seos isn't quite used to being in, but the jetpack into the shorty, not able to find too much other than a few pop shots. But that's going to be the second round now, coming out for Lost Boys. This is the first round they have won since the very first round at the beginning of the game.
Bro, the minimap there had me enthralled because somehow Connor was sitting over in A-Link and somehow Word crept up through A and was just sitting right behind Connor. I hope with his knife out or something. The Daneman saves Connor so heavily there with the look across, sees that the Cypher is just creeping along and takes him down. That still could have been a very losable round for Lost Boys, but a great read on that B site. They actually managed to shut down a push before the spike gets planted. That seems to be more so the bread and butter here for Lost Boys, right? They don't like the spike to get down. If they can stop it before it happens, that has been going much better for them than actually going for these full retakes, even when they have the numbers advantage.
Yeah, and that's the only times we've seen them win their rounds too, is when that spike is just about to be on the site, but not able to fully go down. Speaking of which, though, we do see engagements going through sewers, and it looks like we are going to see a bit of an interesting split push. Zelos with the grenades, taking down Jelly with no answer back to that, it seems, whatsoever. But the teleport in play, info has been told for heaven, but it doesn't matter too much. Connor does take down Weird, and it's going to be Connor and the Jet playing by themselves on A side. Quentin, however, taking down Memphis. It's going to be a lot more engagements going through various parts of the site. And having C under control now, it's going to be Quentin letting his teammates know, hey, let's fully rotate across the map. Sub 30 seconds now. It's only going to be the Omen really finding out about this plan, rotating around through C-Link from his own spawn. But is it going to be enough? Not able to find any angles. Quentin finds the potato, and a 5v2 spike about to go down. Like you said, post plants are not the forte for Lost Boys, and it seems like this might be a save for the Jet before getting enclosed upon.
And what great work there from Zelos, right? Not only do they get, yet again, another player waiting in a cheeky angle by just clinically using their utility, but they're also going to be able to read the map well enough to where the Omen gave them information. Hey, there's a player playing in hell. We don't really have a way to get this guy out of that position right now. Let's just get the res, rotate on over, because Quentin has crept his way onto the C site, and we know that nobody is going to be playing on that half of the map. So the long rotate comes out. Great work right now from Zelos. There's more than one reason that they have a 6-round lead right now.
Yeah, no, I definitely think they're deserving of their lead right now. They've been doing such a good job about just manhandling the sites. I mean, I can't really think of a better way of putting it. They're able to really execute onto these sites. They're able to rotate and not just go headstrong onto a site, even when it's a losing situation. Sure, we have seen that in the past with them, especially on B site, but right away, they pretty much have an idea of where Lost Boys like to play at the beginning of each round. Quentin already finding Dane. It's already a great car for them, and the execute on the B with that, playing off of that kill is well underway. Cade finds the potato as well, and already barely a minute into the round, and there's only 2 people left on Lost Boys' side.
That's a good Hunter's Fury, though. Cade's going to go down to that one. Ooh, okay. It is an eco, too, right? So, once again, I don't exactly expect any for Lost Boys to be winning this.
Oh, yikes. Again, another 3K coming out from Quentin. That is exactly what you want to see.
He's nuts, man.
He's absolutely nuts. I don't know what it is about threes in him. 23. See, there's a lot of threes.
There you go. There you go. Grasp with those straws. I believe in you. But I do kind of want to put an asterisk next to Zelos here, right? Not to discredit them. I think they've been playing very well. But we have seen the Sage Wall takes that they're going for kind of fall out of favor here on Haven, because it doesn't necessarily give you the same kind of post-plant position on B site as just smoking off both A and C link, or even walling off one side and going for a more clinical take, right? So later in this tournament, if they end up playing Haven, that could come back to bite them. It seems to be doing just fine against Lost Boys for now.
That's absolutely true. I didn't even think of that. There's not a lot of vision denial on their side, but of course they're using their own vision denial, what they do have. Plus, on top of using their own defenders' vision denial to their advantage. Quentin with a 3K, by the way, again. But there we go. Can he change it to 4? He breaks the 3 kill
Give him the ace.
Finally getting 4, and this could be the ace. Quentin's looking out for blood right now, but no, he finds a bullet to his head instead. A 1v1 now, and this goes once again to Zelo. Zeus, able to maneuver his way around, gets played off of the body of Quentin, able to bring it into the second half. 10-2. This is kind of looking like last map, Paul.
Oh, community tournaments never change. Never change. And, you know, this happens, right? But, you know, and like we said earlier, Haven, attacker-sided, by definition, I don't know if it's 10-2 attacker-sided most of the time.
Well, no.
I mean, that's a bit of a long stretch to go for there. So this pistol round going to be very important here for Lost Boys. Seems like they just want to run it up C long, which is probably for the best. Stay away from Quentin, man. Just stay away from the Phoenix, and you might be able to take some rounds here. And Quentin's over in A long, so if this rush comes out effectively over towards C, this could still work out pretty well. But there is a Sage there. The wall is going to go down, so the stall coming through, and now it seems that Quentin and Zelos, they want to get a little spicy with this flank.
The Phoenix with a 5+ KD, mind you, right now, going up ahead, playing the aggressive pistol game right now. Dane does find Theos, however, but there we go. Quentin finds 1 out of 3, his mandatory 3-kill streak for the round. But we do see Lost Boys playing off of that initial engagement, however. They're not too afraid of Quentin. Now, he is going to be healing himself. He dials it back onto A site, but now this is the time for Lost Boys. What's up?
And I want to give credit to Quentin, right? Because a lot of players, when you're rocking the KD that Quentin has right now, you get that first pick, you stand your ground, you go for more, you maybe get like a 2K there, but Quentin's not that. He doesn't have the hubris, right? He knows, hey, if 1 player was there, 4 more could be waiting around the corner. So he bounces, goes back, heals up. That's the right call. Even when you have an 8-round lead, this guy is playing with a firm head on his shoulders.
It's not about the flashy plays, it's about the good plays when it comes to Valorant. Speaking of good plays right now, Quentin needs his team. He's 1 of 2 left alive, the Cypher on the other side of C, trying to make something happen against the 1v3. But Quentin playing long right now, he's going to have a great line of sight for potentially all 3 defenders. But his first shot goes off. It's going to not alert the Omen, in fact. I thought it would have. The Potato goes down, and now with the call out in hand, the blind comes down. He does find the Sova as well, but no, not getting the mandatory 3. Connor does take down Quentin, but Word finds Memphis as well. And no, at the very end. It seemed like Word had it in his favor, but Connor with the 3K of his own at the very end to secure the very first round on the attacking side for Lost Boys. That's what you want to see, especially with a huge deficit like this. This is the momentum that they need. And now with the little bit of extra economy that they have, Paul, they can maybe bring this into a second round in a row.
Yeah, that's the pistol round you needed, right? And I mean, look at what they're buying up. They are full investing into this round. It's not Spectres. It is Phantoms and Vandals, heavy armor, almost across the board, right? I'm a little bit worried about Z Potato when it comes, and Jelly now. When it comes to that light armor Phantom, I feel like you can still potentially get caught off and give a gun over to the enemy team on second round when you light armor Phantom, but it seems right now they're sticking together, so people should be there to trade, and there shouldn't, quote unquote, on paper, be trades that don't favor, 2 to 3 guns versus 2 to 3 pistols.
Absolutely.
You would think.
You would think so, and that makes me a little bit concerned about the full buy engagement here, because overall, it does make a lot of sense for Lost Boys to win that round and go for the full buy, so that helps them secure the second one, of course. They do take C as well. That is also a really good sign for them. But here's the thing, is that usually in these 1v1 engagements, it's going to be Zelos that usually wins them out, regardless of the weapons, it seems. Now, C completely taken over. They're kind of being brought in their own kind of retake game as well. And this is going to be a really interesting position for Zelos to be in. Zelos does find Jelly again with a shorty taking down a Phantom. Z Potato does find Weird, but Quentin and Zelos are still on the board. Quentin has a gun now. Oh my god, he's going crazy, but no, it's gonna be Memphis and Dane, the man with the plan, able to secure the round 2 in a row now for Lost Boys. Able to say, hey, there is a huge deficit between us, but we're able to bring it back. That's an important 2-round streak for them right now. Even more econs, they can potentially die this round and not waste too much of their economy. But here's the thing now, with Zelos on the back foot, they have to force buy, and look at that economy, Paul. That is not the place you want to be in.
Yeah, it's a little bit rough. Because Zelos, if they do lose this round, they're not going to be able to buy. And then, I mean, it's hard to say that anything's rough when you're still rocking a 6-round lead right now. And this is the first real gun round. I do have to apologize, Keg. I totally baited you there because Quentin picked up the gun that Zelos got and then just immediately died. So I baited you on that one. I thought to myself, oh, Top Fragger has real gun. He will pop off. So. Not so much. Turns out,
big boss from Metal Gear. Pick up the gun. Highlight everybody.
Yeah, it turns out gun retakes are still difficult when the rest of your team doesn't have guns. Now it's a full gun round, though, and both teams playing slow. This is a very pivotal round. It'll decide how the rest of the game goes, because if Lost Boys are able to pick this one up, there is a chance that they come back and make this at least competitive. But if they lose, their econ's not going to be looking great, and Zelos will be so confident.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how they will buy their weapons into the next round for both teams, regardless if they win or lose. Right away, just an absolute onslaught. Insight becomes a warfield, and that's BC was finding Dan, the man with a plan. Word takes down Jelly as well, and that spike has not been planted just yet. Takes a little bit for it to go down, gives the defenders time to move on up. Patch, though, able to find the potato into so many different elements of fire, wind, and water to secure the site back into the favor of Zelos, the first defensive win on their side. It seems like the gods of the skies are in their favor because that is now going to be a 7-round differential again. Now, again, we did mention the economy for both teams being in a weird spot. With Zelos winning that one pretty handedly out, that's going to put Lost in a really weird spot for if they want to full buy, full save, or maybe even
It's
light
so
buy.
awkward. All of them can buy except Jelly, who is broke as the day he was born, man.
He's broke as me right now.
Yeah, yeah. But you do kind of have to invest into this round, right? You don't have time for an eco. If you can get 4 guns on the board, do it. You have to try at the very least, right? But credit to Zelos, they played that quote-unquote retake really well, right? And Zelos have been kind of doing that. They've been sniffing out the areas that Lost Boys want to end up pushing, giving sight, and then kind of playing with the tempo. They've been interrupting the plants with their pushes, right? Not really letting the full post-plant position come out for the attacking team. They're playing at a very strange pace right now, and I'm really liking what I'm seeing from Zelos. Got to see if they can keep that up. But like, even look right now, they've abandoned A and C almost entirely.
Well, what I like about Zelos' defense is that they're not using their bodies or their guns per se to retake the site. They're using their utilities like the flame walls, the blinds, using the grenades as well, just to be able to make the name for themselves. K, though, does find Jelly in the beginning as well. That's what you want to see. Omen not able to use his elements too much. I mean, he does have the paranoia, but his Phantom is where it's at. Now, Word does hear the footsteps going on the B main right now. He's hiding away. He's kind of swirling away, waiting for the summer to come back from the winter. And he finds Dane. Kate able to follow up, taking out Connor as well, but Deep Potato's not afraid. He finds that other Omen, but is it going to be enough? In a 2v4, you're going to have to hope it's enough because B site might be the most dangerous site you could choose. But that's not going to stop the Cypher, however. He wants to keep engaging forwards. There's no time at all either. Either you plant on B and hope for the best, but even then, bullets flying everywhere. It's officially too late. Ladies and gentlemen, we will be entering the final round, match point, potentially. Or Zelos' side.
Oh no!
And there we go, even with the save. Word and I'm sorry, Memphis and Deep Potato still go down. Yikes! I mean, yeah, there wasn't much of a distance for them to run.
Poor guy.
Oh man, that is rough to see. But you got to keep in mind, 4 rounds, all things considered, still pretty good against Zelos in their executions.
Yeah, I mean, Zelos are just playing so dang well right now. It's hard to really berate Lost Boys too badly. I think the Dane man's doing a really good job. And, you know, you can look at Jelly and be like, oh, Jelly 416, he's not entry fragging, but he's entering. And that's what you need to do as a Phoenix. He's not one of those Phoenixes you have in your ranked games where he stays back and he baits you despite the fact that he's playing Phoenix, right? So Jelly is doing his job. We saw it in Garage. Oh, goodbye, Dan, man. Yeah, that's just bad timing. The updraft gives away his position entirely. At least now they know that 2 players are on that side of the map, so they can try to get onto C.
Yeah, I don't know if that's going to help too much, though. Already, we're seeing the 3v1. Sova, last one alive, surrounded around Quentin. Come on, Quentin. Hey, Quentin, what are you doing? Connor, though, getting the double kill. Now it's a 1v1. Showstopper not going to connect.
Winnable?
Renee's not going to connect. And now you're down to the Nebula Phantom, able to finish it out. 13-4. Theus and Quentin, my God, what a fantastic show-off from them. But overall, both teams played really well. You know, I do want to give a little bit extra credit to Patch. We didn't really mention Patch at all in the entire cast, but they were able to get those attacking executes down so well. The Sage wall going on the left or right onto B, able to wall off all of C and A when needed to. That's exactly what you want to see from a Sage. You don't need a battle Sage every round.
Don't need one. Yeah, no, Patch was very much playing their role, not getting picked too, right? So if you're gonna be one of those role-playing characters, I guess now that's a very different thing. We're not playing D&D here, although that would be fun. if you're going to play the role on the team of just consistent and denying pushes on your side of the map, right? It's important that you don't get picked. And Patch was doing a very good job of just staying consistent, staying far enough back, not playing too much with fire. He left playing with fire up to Quentin, who dropped the casual 30 bomb this game. Only, what is it, 17 rounds in the game, still gets 30 kills. That's almost 2 kills a round. What a madman.
I mean, I guess you could say that Quentin rolled a d20 throughout the entirety of that match. He did such a good job, and I mean, they call him.
He rolled a lot of crits.
Oh my god. I mean, there's a reason why he's Quentin 3K now, because I think just about every round on the attacking side, I believe, he was getting 3K, 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 4K, and some double kills, but I don't think there was a single round where Quentin did not get a kill.